because I do that in real life. That hurted my neck. How would it be an Ellen trip somewhere without run to Target? So that was a lot inside my bod. Good morning. It's Saturday and I am leaving in less than 24 hours. And this is how far we are in the packing.
Did you see me?
Did you see Zeus? She is awake.
Yeah.
And in her new chair, which I wasn't vlogging for 3 weeks, so I didn't say anything about her new chair. But since she's gonna have surgeries 2 this year, right?
Yeah.
And then 1 next year, and of the boobs. So they said that she won't be able to like sit up and get out of bed. So we got her a chair. Well, Grandma got her a chair. And we're packing today. Well, we already packed all that stuff last week, which I'll show how we're packing everything later. I just have it all stacked up on top of the suitcase. Clearly not how it's gonna go. And now we're trying to figure out what we should do for my carry-on bag, because when we went in October, I took the old gym bag. Where's my name? It's on here somewhere. The Ellen gym bag. Ooh, that bag smells. But that was humongous. And then last time I took this one, which is the Mighty Well bag, which worked out really well because I didn't take like yarn and things. But I don't think that's gonna fit in that one. Well, it would fit if I tried hard enough. But I might just take this one instead, which is my old school backpack. I mean, I only went to school with it for like a month. And then this backpack is not in the runnings, it's just my normal everyday backpack, which was also a school backpack at one point, but then I didn't know that it comes to this at the top, and that is only like 1/2 inch. So it didn't really work out for me because binders. I had a 3-inch binder in there, it didn't really fit. Well, packing, and then they're at Nolan's baseball game, so then my dad will come back and pack the things into the suitcase and make sure that we don't have it weighing too much. Packing update. It's been many hours and I haven't made much progress. I was still, wait, my foot is touching my backpack. Oh, you can't see it down there. Still's been backpack debate 2020 because I just now decided that I am taking the black backpack. Well, I guess that could still be changed if
12 hours.
Yeah, if the stuff that doesn't fit in my backpack also doesn't fit in his backpack. But this is how we get my Neocate to Maryland with us without having to pack it all in carry-on or whatever you call that, like mail it. Ew, something smells. But he is putting them in a trash bag, but then the case of it, he put it in the trash bag and then he packs his clothes around it so that...
In case it does leak,
yeah,
it's in the trash bag. Hopefully, it's not going to leak.
And like that doesn't look like enough Neocate, I know, but there's a day in my backpack, so... There's one of the 14 days, and there's 2 days waiting for us at the hotel because that was mailed to Maryland the last time, but then the mail debacle, and now it's waiting for us again. I don't know whether I want to pack my charger for you guys or plug you in tonight because I know that you're gonna need to be charged. I have put in a new battery, so I guess I should have done that after I filmed, but I'm still packing my suitcase. I have not been working on this since I last talked to you because that was, I think, 3 hours ago, and I went to Grandma and Grandpa's house and dropped off some bread and just visited them because I haven't seen them in a long time, and then we're gonna go for quite a while. And then my other cousin, one of my cousins was there, not Taylor. Taylor's on the phone. Want to say hi?
Hi.
I don't know if you could hear her, but she's on the bed, on the phone, on video, not video call, on phone call. But anyways, I'm getting back to the whole packing thing. This bag is, okay, so we packed everything in bags because last time it was such a struggle to find the things in my suitcase. I don't know if I vlogged at all the disaster zone that was my suitcase, but pretty much everything fell out of the suitcase one night, so I just flopped it all back on top, and I couldn't find anything after that, so I'm putting things in bags this time. Inside this little bag, it's a drawstring bag, has all the collar parts. If you have to wash your collar at a hotel, and it's too cold or humid to dry your collar parts by just hanging them, put them in the microwave, because that kills all the bacteria also, so then when you get them wet, they don't stink. Just a Ellen tip. Not that I wore a collar that smelled terrible or anything. Zeus. That was with her. Okay, and then everything else, like each outfit is in a bag. So like this one is a purse bag. And I think they're called dust bags actually. But see, so there's like pants. Oh, I don't know if you can see pants. And then the bra and a shirt in there that all goes together so that each outfit is together. And yes, I know when I pull out each bag, there's only going to be a few bags because, let's be honest, I don't change my clothes every day when I'm here. So I'm probably not going to when I'm over there either. I mean, we were just having this conversation that Taylor's been stalking my Instagram today, which, I mean, it isn't stalking since she told me about it, I think. But anyways, she was like, you wore the same outfit 2 days in a row. And I'm like, I know, because I do that in real life. But anyways, see, so like, here's another bag. And this one has a different bra and pants and shirt. I mean, obviously, not sunscreen, what's that called? Shampoo, tripod, and then, where is it? In this bag, I put my underwears. Somewhere in here there's socks. Well, I know that I packed them, so I don't need to worry about that. And other clothes, lotion, snacks. Last time I didn't pack any snacks, and the first night when we get there, I need snacks because my eating is all off, and it's like the middle of the night when we get there and I still haven't really eaten because we spent the last 5 hours on a plane, and I don't particularly like to eat on a plane. It's one of my weird things, just like I don't like to keep my eyes open when we're driving in a bridge. It's just a weird fact of my life, but this time we're packing a rain jacket because it's supposed to rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, which I should be at the hospital anyways, but I don't know what the forecast is for the next week. And can you look at that type of thing weeks ahead? Can you? I don't know. But anyways, so then warmish jacket. I don't really like to pack warm jackets because I don't like to wear them. But this is the bag we're packing for the hospital. Zeus and I think, had the greatest idea we've ever had and put everything in just one bag so that he doesn't have to dig through my suitcase and not find the things that are there. And this wasn't what happened in November, but it happened at another hospitalization where the underwear that was picked for me to wear by not me were the underwear that I normally wear during my period. And I'm packing a blanket, and I'm going to try to put that in the suitcase, but then I'm also packing another blanket to be with me on the plane. And the decision has been made for me to take the Mighty Well bag, and I am taking, what is this called? We all know what this is called, but this thing for physical therapy, so hopefully I will still remember to do all the things over there. And I need to pack the bone stimulator. Good thing I'm talking at you, otherwise I would have forgotten it. And then I would be 14 days behind, which I've been like 83 days without forgetting, and then I forgot yesterday. And I remembered when I woke up, I was like, oh no! So do I do it twice today, or do I just move on with my life and just, it was a day that I forgot. I don't know, but I didn't do it twice today, so, you know, hopefully it's okay. Well, I'm gonna get to packing because I want to sleep at some point, because we apparently are leaving our house at 7 a.m. My bag is packed. Yes! Well, I'm gonna unpack, not like fully unpack it, but I'm taking my chargers out and then I'll charge with them tonight, and then I'll hopefully remember them and put them back in tomorrow morning. But I'm really tired right now. I've been really tired all day, and that's why we didn't get much packing done in like the 12 hours that I was sitting here staring at the packing. I was looking at my Instagram today and I was thinking that it was really funny that it kind of looks like Taylor's my sibling, but she's not my sibling. My sibling is Noel, but I don't take many pictures with him because he has a busy life. He plays a lot of baseball and goes to school all day.
Good morning, vlog. It's like 6:37. I'm not awake this early usually. But we're going to the airport.
Bye guys. Last time we vlogged going to them. Now we're going away. Bye. Do you see them? They're still waving. Oh, person. There they are. We're at the San Francisco airport and I'm still wearing my mask. I don't know if I should be or not, but I mean, food's around, so probably. But we got here, finally, after waiting on the runway in Fresno for an hour, because apparently there was some sort of emergency here, and so no planes were allowed to take off that were headed for here. So we're here. And then we had to go to a different gate because there wasn't a gate available for us. We got here. So then they deplaned with a ramp. I mean, we don't have me walk down ramps for obvious reasons, like falling, and I don't do well on slanted surfaces on walking. And then we had set up TSA cares for when we got here, and the lady was like running with me in the airport, but then she took me, Wes is not allowed to follow us, into the elevator. So then we went in like this super sketchy elevator. I was gonna film, but she was like, you know, pushing me in this teeny tiny little elevator. And it was kind of like the elevator at Disneyland at the Autopia ride, where it's like just this little box and then you press a button and it moves. But this one was scary because it had a ceiling. So like all you can see as you're going through is the ceiling like, me, and then you stop like right before you feel like you're about to hit it. And then she just pushed me forward and out we were, and then we were like, well, where did Wes go? And the guy was like, oh, we sent him to the terminal already. So when we finally found him, he was like, what? I thought she kidnapped you. And she was like, don't worry about it. And he was like, we're in an airport. Like, getting lost in an airport is bad because you could be left behind. Dallas elevator 1. We landed and it's only like 8 o'clock, but I feel like it's like 12 and my mask's falling off, so that's great. But elevator 1. Elevator 2.
Big one.
It's only 5 o'clock in the time zone we're used to and I'm tired.
Please hold on.
Train time. And this time we locked my wheels so I don't roll away when the train starts. guess what? Another elevator. We're in the hotel room. Well, we're about to leave the hotel room to go to the grocery store because water and snacks, well, food, because you can't just eat snacks all your life. Well, I do, but that's not a good thing to do. Anyways, we're going, and our room is super kind of like, it's a gigantic one room instead of being two little rooms like it was before.
I think it's probably about the same size.
Yeah, it's just, there's no doors. Good morning. Here we are in the car. We're headed to the appointment, and we're only 3 miles away, but it feels like we're really far away. We're very happy we don't have this kind of traffic at home because our high school is 11 miles away from our house, which would be like an hour driving here. We're going now to the hospital for my CT and pre-op stuff, and my head now hurts more than it has for the past 3 months. Because he was trying to put me in a perfect posture, but all I know is that hurted my neck a lot. There's a reason I sit the way I do. We're now leaving the hospital. We haven't done my pre-op stuff, and we haven't done the imaging, but we're leaving because apparently my imaging is not being done here, but the lady set it up for us, so when we get there at 1, which we're not driving that far, it's only like 15 minutes away, but the appointment's at 1, so we're gonna drive past it and then find a place to drink breakfast slash lunch. And oh my gosh, my head is hurting. It's not hurting in like something drilling into it. It just kind of feels like pressure and stinging at the same time. Lovely. Hopefully it goes away, but I mean, let's be honest, it's probably not going to. We still haven't done the CT or my pre-op stuff, but now we're at Target because they called from the imaging place and they're running behind. But how would it be an Ellen trip somewhere without a run to Target? Hello. It's been like 3-4 hours, and we went to the hospital. I think I vlogged when we were at the hospital, or going to. I don't know. After about 30 minutes after that imaging was done, pain brain was so in full force. Like I couldn't think or answer questions properly. Like when we were at the hospital, everybody asks for your name because, I mean, it's like the easiest identifying thing. And they asked me for my name and I was like, so I couldn't even think of what my name was. I know it now, so that's good. And I took a bath slash shower. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but the past, I guess 2 times. I don't know if anybody told us to do this. I don't know why we started doing this, but I gave myself a shower in antibacterial hand soap. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but I did it, and I also used shampoo, and then I forgot to rinse out my hair when I got out, so then I had to get back in and rinse out my hair because that's disgusting. And now I am supposed to be starting to eat dinner slash whatever this is because I didn't really drink lunch. I think when we were, did I vlog when we were at McDonald's? Anyways, we were sitting there waiting because the imaging was in like an hour or 2 hours from when we arrived at imaging, so we went down the street to have lunch. Did I feel like that? I don't know. But my head has been not so great today because the thoughts are still kind of a little bit confused. But we went to the appointment this morning, which he like helped put my body in proper posture. What I'm doing currently right now is not proper posture, but doing the bone stimulator back there, so I have to kind of slouch a little bit for the chair to hold up the thing. well, the like adjusting of my head, because I'm supposed to, I think that's where my head should be instead of like that, like I always have it. But I kind of feel like I do that because that feels better on my head than the other, which I don't understand why, because proper posture should feel better, but I do a lot of odd things to live with the pain, and those things aren't the greatest of positions. So well, I will get back to my eating, and tomorrow morning is surgery, and we have to be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. That's so early. Especially because this will be our second morning on the East Coast, and so at home for us, 5:30 in the morning this time is 2:30 in the morning, I think. And then we are going to FaceTime with Charon and Zeus and Taylor and all them, which it will be 2:30 in the morning for them. We'll probably end up FaceTiming around like 6, but I think Taylor's pulling an all-nighter. I don't know why. I mean, or just not going to bed, because she sometimes goes to bed really late. Well, anyways, we were reunited with our package this morning. Our package from December, when Zeus and Charon had to send the Neocate and meds and things because we were out of them and we kind of needed them. But look what they sent me in the package. It's a zebra by the same brand as PB and PBJ. And then I don't know if they know that they sent me this, but look. It's a teeny tiny ladybug. I want to carry this thing around as my thing that I carry around all the time, which I've been trying to not carry around my odd objects all the time. Like last time I was carrying around the Unikitty, which is that little the plastic light up kitty. So I mean, this one would be less awkward, but I also am afraid that I would lose it, and then it would be a melt of Ellen. Well, see you later. Good morning, good morning. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning and we're headed to the hospital. We are still in the hotel room though, but we're going. And it was raining so hard last night that it sounded like there was somebody knocking on our window. And so I went and looked out the window and there were these huge raindrops. I'm so much more stressed out for this than I am letting myself think I am. This is the road we were chased by a bus on when I was vlogging last time and we got honked at. And now we're on the same road as the hospital, so we're almost there. It's 5:20 in the morning. There it is. There's the hospital. We're getting closer. There's the sign. Hello, hello vlog. Look, there's people playing football in the parking lot of our hotel. I don't know why I decided to start the day's vlog with that. But while Wes is getting dressed, we will do our talk about after surgery and all that, like I did last time, but last time I was sitting up, which if that explains any of what's going on right now. So, surgery was on Tuesday. Today is Friday? Saturday? I should know these things, but I don't, because I got really messed up on my days when we came here because we flew on a Sunday and I kept thinking it was a Monday. Today is Saturday the 7th. And I got out of the hospital yesterday and I was doing really good yesterday. And actually, well, minus the headache, but that's a totally separate story, I think. I hope. Well, so, when was that? Tuesday was surgery. I gotta look at the pictures again because your girl doesn't have a good memory of things. And there's not as many pictures or videos, but we were FaceTiming with Charon and Zeus and Taylor before I went into surgery, which was like 2:30 in the morning their time, but we were told to be at the hospital at 5:30. My surgery didn't end up being until like 12, which I don't know why, but then I was an exhausto-pasto all day the rest of the time. And apparently, so Tuesday and Wednesday, I pretty much just cried the entire day, both days. I don't remember that because of pain and nausea and all the things. But good thing I don't remember because... And this time we didn't get into the pain nausea cycle. It was just pain from surgery and whatever else. And I had a catheter in still at that time, which, by the way, having a catheter removed is the weirdest feeling I think I will ever feel in all of my life. It was so weird. And then they left the like stat lock thing on my leg. So then later on when I went to the bathroom, I was like, what is this sticky thing on my leg? And then I was like, oh yeah, this is the first time I've gone to the bathroom with the catheter out. And by the way, when you wake up from surgery, well, first time after the catheter, I was kind of like, what is my body feeling? This is weird. I was kind of moving around and like, what the heck? And I was like, oh yeah, I can feel that now. I can feel when I have to go pee and I don't have to just like remember to and hope I remember to, which, oops. Like the entire time between November and now, I was only going to the bathroom like maybe 3 times a day. But now, like, I see how many times I should have been going. Oops, sorry my bod. Because I've been going like 8 times a day. Well, that's probably too much information, but anyways. Tuesday, Wednesday happened. Thursday, I was kind of starting to come around and I was doing pretty good. And then Katie came again and I've discovered that Katie is one of the few people on the entire planet that I actually like talking to. So there's that. And so she gets a lot more information. Like, I have the selective mutism, so I don't really talk to people. It's an anxiety of speaking, basically. And so I don't actually talk to a lot of people. But she happens to be one of the people that I can just talk to. And so she gets a lot more information than, like, even Zeus and Wes get, which is because they're my parents. Like they should get the most information, but they don't. And so I gave her a zebra that I made at home, which we brought with us, and his name is now Floppy. And she made him a neck brace because his head was like, meh, meh. It wouldn't stay up straight, and I don't know why it wouldn't stay up straight, but it wouldn't. And so she made him a neck brace out of a cereal box, tinfoil, and duct tape. And she helps brush out my hair. And so this day, like, I was feeling really good, although, so I was still supposed to be laying flat, but at some point it had been relayed to me that I didn't have to be laying flat anymore, even though that was false info. So I was supposed to be laying flat, but I wasn't. But then everybody kept telling me to, so then I was. So that brings us to Friday / yesterday. So Thursday night / Friday morning, like the nighttime part, I guess, but I'm about to say something really dumb. The time between Thursday and Friday, that's when we got into the headache nausea cycle because my body was doing better, so I should have been on less meds, but my baseline headache is around a 6-7, which, like, yeah, that sounds terrible, but that's a big improvement from it being an 8-9 all the time, like it was in November, October, September, all that time. So we're like, yeah, this is great. And doctors and nurses are like, why is your pain so much? Let's give you more meds. And we're like, no, 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 don't do that. But we didn't know that that was what was happening until Friday morning when my doctor, or my surgeon, and his PA came in, and I was like and they were trying to have me walk, which they were holding onto my arms as I was walking because I was not really all there, you know, like off in pain land and just kind of like the whole time. So they were holding onto my arms and wait for it. Yep, there's a fingerprint bruise on my arm. They weren't holding on very tight and I didn't fall, so they had to grab my arm. It's just my body from the healing process is having an issue with my bruising. But anyways, so throughout the whole night I was getting the max dose of pain meds, the minimum time apart, so we're feeding the headache cycle like around and around and around we go. And then like the next morning they kind of realized like that's standard dosing for pain meds for an adult, which I am an adult, but my body is little, so I should not have been on that much. Basically, I don't want to get into like details of dosing and everything because, you know, narcotics and all the things about that, but that dose is 4 times the amount that we normally give me for a lot of pain. So like when I get hospitalized for pain, they do 1/4 of that dose for pain. So that was a lot inside my bod. So we spent 6 hours in the morning of me laying there like and sleeping, trying to get rid of the pain and all that. And then the PA came by in the afternoon and I was like, he was like, "You must be feeling better." And I was like, "Yep." And we didn't do any more pain meds, just nausea, and this is how I am. So that worked out. So then we got out last night, but the pharmacy situation was a disaster because the pharmacies didn't have all the things that I need, and they didn't, or if they did have them, they didn't take our insurance, and so it would have been very expensive. So he as in Les, was driving around all over town trying to find the meds. Luckily he did, and then he came back to pick me up from the hospital, and all my discharge stuff was ready by that time. And then, but by that time my head was hurting, like a major headache, not like a nausea cycle headache, and not like my normal kind of like in the back of my head headache. I keep saying that headache is like the opposite of pressure, but by definition that would mean suction, but that's not it either. So I don't really know how to describe that back of my head headache. Or not the back of my head headache, the headache that I had last night, and then I also had it again this morning. But we have discovered that laying down / being propped up, I don't know how much this is, like 4 or 5 inches, it works for me and it makes the headache gone, so that's how I'm gonna be. So I took a nap last night, and then I finally took a bath / shower, which felt amazing, and probably the whole world appreciates it because I no longer smell like B.O. because the whole time I was in the hospital I didn't put on deodorant or take a shower. And then, well, yesterday I also had a choking thing with the pills, but that's okay because I didn't end up throwing up any pills, and all the pills got in me. Winning, yeah. So then today, I woke up and my head felt fine. And then I sat up. And the pain of yesterday came back. So I've been laying here ever since. And then I told him that I wanted to go to the grocery store to get popsicles. So now he's ready, but now I'm blabbing on and on, so I guess we're not going yet. Long story of today concluded. I'm on a new med, I think it's new, and it's supposed to help with that whole like my head hurts when I sit up type thing, and the weird suction eye pain thing, which it isn't a suction pain, but I don't want to say that whole story again. But I'm feeling better-ish. So we're gonna go to the grocery store and then we'll come back up here and I'll probably take another nap. Anything you'd like to say about the past 2 days? The past, how many days has it been since surgery? 4 days?
I think this trip has been a little bit more pleasant overall.
Except for the 2 days of me crying and going on and on.
No, because last time it was like 3 or 4 days of you crying and going on and on. So it's less, see?
Oh. I don't remember the whole crying and going on and on and on, so for me, it doesn't really change anything.
For me, who has to experience you crying, it's been a few less days.
Well, I guess
all
that's good. Oh, I almost knocked over the lamp again. I need to either move my body away from the lamp or move the lamp so I don't break any lamps in the hotel. Well, we're going to the grocery store, and I probably won't take you with us, so see you later. Bye. And again, surgery has been, well, actually I need to get back to this. Surgery has been successful in that my legs didn't hurt anymore after surgery, and I could feel the need to go pee, and I could go up on my toes and just do like baby squats without my legs being chopped out from under me like they usually do. However, this morning we've had a little bit of return of some not so great things happening. Fingers crossed that this is just the recovery process and inflammation and all that, and it'll go away. But my under thighs and my feet hurt again, which isn't great, but hopefully by Monday when we see my neurosurgeon again, it's different. And then apparently there are things we need to talk about, because when he opened my spine, my intraspinal pressure, nope, not what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, the spinal fluid pressure was higher than expected, and then I don't know what else. There was a couple things, but that's the only one I can remember. Well, see you tomorrow. Bye.